Greetings. This book is livicated to the divine creative forces of the universe, my ancestors, modern and ancient, and most of all, my family, from my grandmothers, my grandfathers, my mother, my father, the family that loves me, the friends that love me, and those that I've met over the years, and those that have inspired me over the years. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love, and I hope you enjoy the book as well as the documentary. Peace and love.
What good is a party or an event or product if no one knows about it?
Promotions is second to nothing.
Promotion these days should come, I would say, very easy compared to back in the days. Now you have the internet.
We really have to see the relevance of marketing and promoting your product and really being professional about it.
So you start from that premise, you start from that intention of how you want to get the word out about your product, your party, your concert.
Brother King Simon is one that does, he exploits the alternative routes, you know what I'm saying? That's what brothers ain't doing, he'll do it, you know what I mean? And that makes not only a statement, but it sets a standard.
Simon is like a little brother to me. I known Simon for over 20-something years now. And when I know Simon was on the radio. And it evolves in the reggae fraternity as time went on. Then he went on to doing television. And the name kind of kept changing to Simon Temple, things like that. Now Simon also hosts the largest reggae concerts in North America. And I don't take back that chat, because it's true, right? And they do a wonderful job. And that name again start to evolve again, and the name changing again to King Simon.
Come on! Yeah. Uh-huh. What? My brother is on the drums. Oh my God, I'm serious.
King Simon is very versatile. Wear many different hats. I remember a few years back, he invited me to a comedy show at Brooklyn College, where Oliver Samuel, the #1 comedian out of Jamaica, and he invited me to come and watch the play. And you wouldn't believe who opened that show for this #1 comedian. I was shocked. No other than King Simon. Didn't even know he did comedy.
So it all started for me right here, man. It's one of my cousins here, man. This is one of the infamous cousins.
What's up?
What's up, my brother?
Right,
How you doing? Good to see you.
All right, what's up, y'all?
What's
going on?
Well, no promotion is bad promotion. Like I said, this is where it all started for me. As a young child and watching one of my mentors or guides in this thing, my cousin here, Rob, and of course my father, of course, was his guide back in the day.
That's
so,
right.
and this, matter of fact, this was my grandmother's house. Actually, it still is. I still consider it my grandmother's house.
Yeah,
so
for the whole family.
For the whole family. It's a family. And this is where all the family met up. It's where we had our parties, our functions, and all this type of stuff.
The family interacted at.
Exactly.
Yes,
and
yes.
I remember when everybody used to live in this building. This house right here. So
438?
438.
Still standing.
It's still standing. It's looking good, And I'm glad that, him and Trudy refurbished it, hooked it up, and did what they had to do to make it happen, and kept it in the family. That's the important part.
Right.
Now, this brother here is an awesome promoter.
Yeah, okay.
Back in the day.
I heard that. I heard that.
And I always always call out his name when it comes to this, because if it wasn't because of him and watching him what he did, he was the first person I seen mixed with 4 turntables. First person I seen here in Brooklyn mixed with 4 back in the day, building speakers, building amplifiers. My father used to build amplifiers. They used to build speakers though, and he took that gauntlet and ran with it.
I learned it from his father.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So, and then he learned it from me.
Yeah, that's what it is. And now I'm just chilling. Now, Rob, tell us about back in those days in promotion when you was doing promotion, and also watching my father doing promotion.
Yeah, well, in the family, we was always just like entertainment orientated all the time. And not only that, as his children, we was always curious.
Yes.
So coming from the Caribbean and coming up here, you know what I'm saying, we just loved everything that was different. We used to say stateside, you know, anything American, you know what I'm saying? We didn't see it as a bad thing or anything. It was just anything American. So we either emulated it, copied it, or wanted to improve to it. So when we saw clubs and things like that, when we heard music, we introduced reggae music. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of American music up here. I remember your father was one of the first to springboard reggae, even before that ska. I believe it was ska. And he opened up a club. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm gonna do it my way. Instead of waiting for somebody, we did it ourselves. You know, right. That's what Jamaicans do. You know, if Jamaican doesn't have a BMW, he'll get something close to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He'll
BMS.
make it. Yeah, whatever it is, he'll make it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
If he doesn't have a bike, he'll make something else. If he doesn't have shoes, he'll use ties from trucks and make sandals. You know,
right.
So that's how we were. Jamaicans are very industrious people, and I'm glad that we're part of that legacy.
Yeah.
So I got that from my father. I got that from my uncle, which is his father,
Uncle Curly,
and Uncle Curly, Lord please me, and we just emulated that. We always wanted to do for self. The whole thing about it was, it wasn't about money or anything like that, or wanting to get rich or successful, or being a part of the corruption thing. You know, dealing in corruption. That, I believe that's easy to do. Right. You know, it's a dime a dozen. We just wanted to do for self. That's right. And do what we like to do.
And like I mentioned in the book, you know, my family's always been business oriented. Always been busy. Entrepreneurs, spirit was all through them, man. And not, like I said, like learning from him being a DJ, and also running his little business that he was going on, and of course my father running that, you know, his little business, his little club, his lounge, and everything. My uncle running his stores in Albany. It's always been a family on. And then the women in the family not only was strong, but they was excellent cooks or chefs. I would call them chefs, because they was excellent at doing what they did.
Yeah, the women in the family wouldn't settle for less, put it that way. Exactly. That's our African roots. That's you know, they just wouldn't settle for less. So the men had to have something to offer to the family. That's right. You know,
that's right.
But those are like different times. We still have that today, but not as much because, of course, you know, the television and everything, internet, TV. Right. I said that is something that is taking away some of that. You know what I'm saying? Some of that
family
interaction.
Right.
You know. So hopefully this is like the first generation that is actually not raised off of the past generation of culture and history. It's basically off of what they get fed from the information world. And so we'll see what happens with this generation.
Crown Heights, Brooklyn, Franklin Avenue, and Eastern Parkway. I started my promotional career inside the Ansar Law community, which is now called Nuwaubian Nation or Nuwaubian Movement, under Dr. York, Malachi York, or Imam Isa back in those days. But what we used to do is set up, or we used to give out pamphlets or sell pamphlets on the trains, incense, oils, and all types of stuff. But Franklin Avenue was my main area because I used to live around here. My grandmother wasn't so far, and I just love the people and the energy and the vibe around here. A lot of people that comes through this train station, I may know them from when I was younger, or a lot of them wasn't born yet, but Franklin Avenue was the spot, right near Mega Evans. That's where we had a good time. All the police knew me from doing many things. As a matter of fact, I ran into a good police officer friend of mine named Turnbull just the other day from the 32nd Precinct right upstairs here. This is where I used to do my promotion. He said, I'm still doing my thing, but I'm doing it in different ways. What I do is learn to reinvent myself. When I used to set up a table, I had all the books and all the oils of the Ansar community, and now I promote my own stuff. So sometimes I'm on this train station, but remember, doing train promotion is very tricky. because you got to follow codes, laws, or you might have to talk to a station manager, and sometimes they consider it solicited unless it's religious paraphernalia. So what we try to do is change the wording on our flyers sometimes. Sometimes you put love gift, or you put donation, but you got to be very careful of promoting on the streets or promoting in train stations or buses. I try to hit and quit. If you're very inventive or creative, you can do whatever you want in a system like this, whether you're here in New York or you're in Atlanta, Georgia. Wherever you may be, you know how you got to know the laws and codes. As a matter of fact, I discussed that in my book, No Promotion is Bad Promotion, knowing the laws and codes of your particular city or town. New York, I learned the laws and promotions and codes, but I learned how to maneuver around them just in case, especially while going inside trains. Very important, because what I do is try to make sure that everybody hear what I'm saying, know what I'm doing. I'm not just begging for anything, I'm just giving out information and sharing it with information, because our people nowadays are dying because of the lack of knowledge. And one thing I've learned throughout my life, as juvenile and all that, our children are doing what they're doing because they are ignorant of what's happening, who they are and what they are. So our first battle is with the people and trying to really bring them to the information. Our battle is not with the people, but with the ignorance of the people, and try to bring them to knowledge of self. Beautiful place. I used to be here all the time. This is the place I used to be at. I used to be over here all the time, selling, giving up, and this is the place that I used. But one thing I learned, that we are battling with the bad foods over there. So 90% of my promotion is about health. 90% about my promotion. The other stuff is metaphysics. It may be Moorish, it may be metaphysics, it may be whatever. I might bring in the Phil Valentine, the Dr. Valentine's, Dr. Africa, Polite, or various other people. But the battle is with the food that we're getting in our community. And once you see me talk on the train, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Because like Brother Polite said, food has become WMDs, or weapons of mass destruction. The chemicals in there, the processed foods, are destroying our people. So it's so important for me to promote this, because at 14, I received this information through the 5% Nation. Then from there, I went to the Ansar community. Then from there, I went to the Nation of Islam, trying to keep my discipline and stay focused. And that's why I tell people inside my book, as I wrote in the book, that our children need some form of guidance, some type of camaraderie, to love one another, to help one another. So it's so important that we do that. So this is what it's all about. We're here at Franklin Avenue, where I started at. I love this station. I love this area because I know I've been here since I was young. As a matter of fact, I grew up around the Jewish hospital. They done turned that into a condominium, and this is where I started all my promotional career as far as doing conscious stuff within the community under Dr. Malachi Z. York at that time, or Imam Isa at that time, but now known as Dr. Malachi Z. York. So enough respect to people that are tuning in, and if you're gonna do train promotions, be careful, know the laws, and make sure you move quick and fast and be aware, because remember, your work is important. It's a mission that we're on, especially if you're doing consciousness. Peace. Showing you how to cure yourself naturally by going to the herbs, which are the healing of the nation. Now, a lot of us don't know that the genetically modified foods are really gathering in our systems and destroying our systems. So what we do is show you how to identify with these genetically modified foods. Now, if you go to any of your bodegas and any of your shops, you look at those vegetables and fruits and you see an adhesive strip on it with 4 numbers or maybe 5. If it begins with the number 3 or 4, that means it's been chemically induced, or dangerous pesticides has been used on those fruits or vegetables. If it begins with a number 8, that means those foods are genetically modified. If it begins with a number 9, that means it's organic. Now, let me tell you something. Some of these so-called organic organizations and companies have been compromised, and they're saying that it's organic, but it's really not. So what we try to show you how to do is to grow your own food in your backyard, on your windowsill, how to do sprouting. So what I have is a health revival for our survival. I got Dr. Sebi's former wife, I got Queen Afua coming in to do a panel discussion on your health and how to cure diseases naturally. Don't let them fool you. AIDS, herpes, and all these so-called uncurable diseases have been cured, but the money is not in the cure, the money is in the medicine. So they want to keep you sick, so they can keep on having pills. You keep on taking pills and medicine all the way until you die. I have a grandmother that came from Jamaica, came here at the age of 77, she died with a bunch of pills on her table. My grandfather, who was a friend of Marcus Garvey, 102 years old today in Jamaica, grows his own food, does still walk and doing his thing. He is 102. They try to give him a colon exam and try to say that he was bleeding. He said he's not going to take no operation. He went straight to the aloe plant, drank the aloe, and the blood stopped. What's the difference? Knowledge, information, and what you need to do for yourself as far as people that are organic. Go back to the organic eating and go back to organic growing from what we did down south in the Caribbean and everywhere. Look, like I said, I conduct workshops and seminars every week or every month in our community. All you have to do is come out and check out my website. Like I said, my name is King Simon. You've heard me on WWRL, LIB. I've hosted all the major shows here from Luciano, Burnsville, whatever. Paris Hammond, I've done it all. Check out my website and have a great day. That's how we do it, my brother. Right here in the trains in New York City. I'm on different trains all the time. We keep it locked right here in New York. And if I'm in Georgia, I'll be on the monitor. All right? Peace.
It's very important to promote your business, because if you don't promote your business, no one's going to know what you do. So the best way to do that is by displaying, definitely teaching. That's number one. You got to teach the people, so that's why we're here.
Well, it's very important, man. In this business, you know, if you're not out there doing what you need to do, promoting, nobody's listening to you, nobody's hearing you, you know.
Online, on the street,
yeah, you know, it's very hard. So promoting is very important. You know, you get to your fans, you get to direct people. You got, this is New York City.
Right.
People walking around, you go up to their job, you can go anywhere. Internet, I mean, everybody's always looking for the new, fresh, untapped talent. So, you know, it's very important.
No promotion is bad promotion. I got the one, the only underground network himself, Underground Rich. My man Rich for Fulton Street. How come you ain't out there no more? What's wrong with you, man?
I'm out there, brother. I'm out there. Wednesday through Saturday, I'm out
This brother
there.
here, one of my inspiration, man, and even bringing it back to the concert community. I remember when I first said I'm going to bring it into Mark and Garvey, he said, you going to bring it way in there, way deep into Brooklyn? They ain't coming. This is Rich.
Yo, honestly, let me tell y'all something. Honestly, listen. This is hands down in the underground circuit I'm involved in right now. This is the best, most hard-working promoter I have met. This man is so inspiring when it comes to promoting.
I'm gonna give him the check later.
I've seen this man, no check involved. There's 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, fall. Every season, this man is out there. Cars, train stations, buses, on the concrete floor. This man is promoting non-stop. If election's not successful,